She spent an entire dinner shift humiliating a brand new waiter in front of his tables, bragging that she was a trainer at the other location, demanding free birthday cakes and stacked employee discounts, and fully expecting to walk out of that restaurant having paid almost nothing and left a man on the verge of quitting. She had no idea the entire staff was already gathering in the back. And what happened next has been making someone smile for a decade. This is Reddit Unfiltered. Picture a restaurant on a busy closing shift, the kind of place that does not advertise. No billboards, no social media campaigns, just word of mouth, because the food is good enough and the experience is good enough that people just tell other people. That reputation matters to everyone who works there. Every single person on that floor understands that one bad night can undo months of goodwill. Our narrator is a waitress working her way through nursing school. She has been there long enough to be trusted with new staff, not officially a trainer, but the kind of reliable person managers point new hires toward when the real trainer step back. She knows her section cold. She knows the kitchen. She knows how to keep things moving when everything starts going sideways at once. On this particular night, she is working alongside a new waiter, older guy, recently back in the workforce, a little nervous, a little quiet, completely committed to getting it right. It is his first night running his own full section alone. The kind of night where every small thing feels enormous and every mistake feels fatal. Our narrator is close enough to catch him if he falls. What she is not prepared for is the table in the corner. 6 people. 20-somethings. And right in the center of them, running the show, a woman who is about to make this man's entire night a controlled demolition. It starts with a special order. The table wants something not on the menu. Their leader insists other locations make it all the time. The kitchen just needs to try. Our narrator tells the new waiter to check with the back line, and if they say no, she will handle the table herself. The kitchen agrees. Problem solved. Except it is not solved. Because that accommodation is not appreciated. It is taken as an invitation. From that moment forward, every single time the new waiter approaches the table, the leader needs something else, something new, something that was not mentioned 30 seconds ago. He brings water and she needs extra napkins. He brings napkins and she needs a different fork. He brings the fork and suddenly there is a question about an ingredient. On and on and on, with no acknowledgement, no thank you, no basic human decency of any kind. Our narrator watches from her own section. She can see the panic building in his face with every trip. She covers his other tables quietly, slips them into her own rotation so nobody suffers while he is being held hostage by 6 people in a corner booth who seem to be competing for who can be the most demanding. And that was before she found out who the leader actually was. He comes to the back, looking like a man who has already mentally handed in his resignation. And then he tells her. The leader had spent the entire meal leaning across the table to remind him, repeatedly, loudly, that she was a trainer at their sister location, and that he was the worst waiter she had ever seen in her life. He is twice our narrator's age. He has been humiliated for 2 straight hours by someone who is supposed to know better than anyone what a brutal job this is. And now the leader wants employee discounts stacked on top of each other. And free birthday cakes. Multiple birthdays at the table, apparently. And she wants the birthday song. Immediately. Our narrator tells him to go prep the cakes. She has something she needs to do first. She walks to the front-end manager. Quietly, calmly. She gives him the full picture in under 2 minutes. He goes still. This is a word-of-mouth restaurant. A place built entirely on the quality of the experience inside its walls. And one of their own industry people, someone who trains servers for a living, has spent an entire evening grinding a nervous new employee into the floor for sport. The manager's expression does not shift much, but something behind his eyes does. He says yes to what she asks. He picks up the phone. She runs. She hits every staff member still on the floor, the closing crew, the side work people, the dishwasher. Anyone with a pulse and 30 free seconds gets the fastest briefing of their life. The table in the corner. What they did. What is about to happen. Every single one of them says yes without hesitation. The crowd that walks out of that kitchen is the largest birthday procession that restaurant has ever assembled. Every seat gets a free cake placed in front of it. The leader settles back with the most self-satisfied expression a human face can produce. And then every single person standing around that corner table opens their mouth. And they sing. Not quietly, not politely, not the restrained professional version that restaurants use to get through the obligation quickly. They scream it. Full volume, every word. That corner booth becomes an echo chamber, and the song bounces back off two walls simultaneously, and it is excruciatingly long, and nobody shortens a single syllable. Hands go to ears around the table. Smiles collapse. Eyes go wide. The same people who spent 2 hours making a nervous man feel small are now flinching and wincing, while an entire restaurant staff grins back at them from 3 feet away, absolutely delighted. Our narrator says her own ears hurt. She has never been happier about that. While the song is still ringing off the walls, the manager is already in the office, on the phone. He calls the sister location. The general manager is 1 step below the owner of this small company and is reached quickly. The employee numbers submitted for the discount are shared. The behavior of the evening is described in detail by a man who is very rarely truly angry. And is tonight. The leader is handed a phone at the host's desk on her way out. She starts crying. She tries to explain herself. The discounts are not applied. Not stacked. Not at all. She pays full price for every item at that table and leaves having accomplished nothing she came in planning to accomplish. Whether she kept her job at the other location after that phone call is something our narrator genuinely does not know. The general manager made that call privately, and the outcome was never confirmed out loud. She suspects. But she cannot say for certain. What she can say is this. That new waiter finished his shift. He did not quit. He came back the next day, and the day after that. He turned out to be a great waiter. So here is my question for you. Was this the right way to handle it? Or did the public humiliation of that table cross a line even if everything they did deserved it? Because I can genuinely see both sides here, and I want to know where you land. Drop your verdict in the comments below. I read every single one. If this story got under your skin, subscribe to Reddit Unfiltered. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will see you in the next one.